Hey everybody, Madkat here with just some thoughts. So this is going to be a segment or just an episode of a show I'm going to start on YouTube just called Laugh or Perish. And the first one I want to go over is comedian versus class clown. Now, this topic specifically is probably going to be something where it's going to be an elongated series, but Laugh or Perish, just in simple, is going to be about just some thoughts that I want to try to make comedic or just give my thoughts on things. Anyway, let's go and get started. First episode, Laugh or Perish, comedian versus class clown. Okay? Now, what I perceive as a comedian is someone who can get on stage with the mic, perform, and maintain composure. You'll notice I didn't say to be funny because not all comedians really hit the mark when they first start, but sometimes you can tell a story and it's relatable. That's just funny in itself, like satire. Now, I'm going to be improving on this more and more, but this is just my thoughts, and this is, again, I'm just going off the points I jotted down just in my notebook here. Um, just for this little segment, I'll try to keep it short to the point. That way, it's not an elongated episode. Anyway, comedian, someone who can maintain composure, get on stage with a mic, and do a small performance. Now, there's a big difference between a public speaker and someone who can do comedy. A comedian will try to be funny, whereas a public speaker can also be funny, but they're strictly a public speaker. Um, I'll try to look more into that and then get more in depth on that because I don't have all the details yet. Again, this is completely improvised, but I do want to go ahead and try to, state the difference between the two. What is a class clown? I think it's someone who initially makes an impact by doing something intentionally irrational, and then initially they're only known for the moment, but no one really knows who they are, right? Because if a comedian makes an impact on a really great joke, you remember the joke and then you remember the person. Especially if you go to the live show. So to the next point, class clowns don't perform live. Comedian performs live. I don't think you can be an actual comedian unless you've done even a few live shows. If you don't eventually make it, but you've done a few live shows, I would say you're a comedian, right? Class clowns, they're known for the moment. They just initially make an impact by doing something just dumb, right? For instance, it's like you're in class and you're shouting something just, something dumb, and then all the class cracks up. You know for the moment. And this goes for like if you're in a business meeting or something like that, you crack a little joke, ha ha, hee hee, hoo hoo. But like, where do you go from there, right? And I'm not saying the two are competing with each other. I'm just the reason why I want to go over those topics because recently I run into initially a debate between what is a comedian, what really makes a comedian, right? What does it take to be a comic, right? Now, again, this is very short to the point, and I'll go ahead and elongate on this initial series. But a comedian, for me, is someone who can, again, someone who can go on stage, grab a mic, and actually tell jokes, whether they're rehearsed or if you're really good at improv. Whereas a class clown is someone who, and I'll bring this up too, class clown can also just be a silly person who initially gets up on stage with the mic, but tries to be funny. I think there's a difference between trying to be funny and someone who's actually funny. Someone who's actually funny will actually write their stuff down and work on a joke. You can get their edge even if it doesn't actually land, but initially you'll understand the punchline. But someone who's trying to be funny is just kind of spitting outrageous thoughts. Now, that brings up a good debate whether or not is someone who's spitting outrageous thoughts a comedian. I do not believe so. Because you can be completely obnoxious on stage and not be funny at all. Maybe you got some good points in there, but they're not really jokes. It's just like your thoughts. Simply as I'm doing now. That doesn't make me a comedian because I'm talking about comedians. But a comedian, again, someone who actually tries to be funny. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this here. This is entirely improvised, just kind of episode. These are really short. It's almost a 5-minute mark, which I'm going to keep it there. Anyway, I hope you guys kind of continue to watch these, try to make it more fun. Not all of them are going to be improvised, but this is just a topic I want to bring up. So this is the first one in this series called Comedian versus Class Clown. I want to bring up the differences between the two, just so we know what a comedian is. Again, just my definition, completely unrelated to anything, just my opinion. Anyway, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day after watching this. We'll keep these going. That way, I have some more content on my channel other than, shorts. Anyway. You guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Go and watch the videos. Please like, subscribe. You guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Peace out. Again, Madkat. Take care. 6, 7, 8, 9.